Curtain falls, but hold your applause. Squirm, squirm, for now down here come the claws. Hello, I'm Andrew Wincott, and I play Raphael in Baldur's Gate 3.
Go on, partake, enjoy your supper. After all, it might just be your last.
My way in to Raphael was to find that sort of charm, the wit, that sort of effortless charm, really. Easy charm, and also the irony, because he teases the other characters and the player so much. So that was my way in, and just to hint at, to reveal sometimes, occasionally, the power, the command, the authority. So you feel the menace, but it's that effortless playfulness. And also that theatricality, because Raphael is nothing if not theatrical.
How tiresome. Am I to understand that you wish to die with them?
I always say he's the devil we love to hate, or hate to love. So he's got these rather dark qualities to him, but we can't help but be seduced by him, by the charm and the wit and the playfulness. That's what I like about him, his playfulness. Unpredictable is part of his character, which is both fascinating, alluring, but also disconcerting. But it's that combination of things that makes him so interesting to play. The writers, also to respond to the script, so they were wonderful scripts. And Adam, I think, mainly was writing these terrific lines for Raphael, really quite sophisticated. And they reminded me of rather 17th century lines. And I sort of put Raphael into that tradition, the 17th century Jacobean malcontent character that you might find in drama of that period. And that was my experience coming from classical theatre. And also putting Raphael into that sort of the Milton tradition, Paradise Lost, the fallen angel, Lucifer. That is where I put Raphael. And it just felt right to do that because he wouldn't have to try too hard. I think on the first session, they said, could you angle it slightly physically? And I suddenly felt, this is like being back on stage. So I'm playing sort of towards an audience, but I'm also directing it to another character. It felt as if I was in three-dimensional space, inhabiting that, and then moving within it, and finding a smoothness, an elegance that I felt was right for Raphael as well. Almost a feline quality to his movement. Or in some instances, almost lizard-like, a saurian sort of quality. And we had movement direction as well as vocal direction. So we would explore that, go with that, but most of the time the direction was a question of just correcting or nudging us to go in certain ways, but it was following instincts really. You know, in the same way that my instinct was to play Raphael in the way I chose to play him. I was just encouraged to go with that, and then the writers started to write for us in that way. So we were responding to each other. It was a very collaborative, creative, free, intuitive process. It's a lot of fun. I dislike that there's not enough of him in the game. He's the devil, so you don't want to give him too much trust, even though you want to. Someone said to me, would you do a deal with him? And I said, no, I wouldn't do a deal with him. But I always say to fans, have you done a deal with him? Please do a deal with him. Because you can. And the wonderful thing about the game is that you can play through as one character and have one set of experiences. And, whatever, 100, 200 hours later, go back to the beginning and have an entirely different experience if you play through as another character or make different choices. I think that's what a lot of people who don't know gaming well. This is not like a film where you can experience the film a number of times and perhaps respond in a different way. But with this game, you can go back to the beginning and have an entirely different experience or set of experiences even after several hundred hours. And they're sort of, oh really? Is that so? Oh.